Welcome to Great Chefs of the World, a culinary survey featuring premier chefs from around the globe.
The appetizer comes from La Samana on St. Martin in the French West Indies. Thierry Alix reveals the French interest in vegetables with a mixed salad, pan-fried sea scallops, and a ginger dressing. Then from the Hotel Imperial in Vienna, head chef Stefan Hertz's entree features dumplings served with venison medallions and creamed cabbage. Dessert is prepared at the restaurant Aquí Este Coco in Santiago, Chile. Pastry chef Paula Hurtado assembles a fruit tart which features a cheesecake-like filling in a cookie crumb crust. La Samana on St. Martin is owned by the Rosewood Corporation. Their far-flung properties have one thing in common: serious attention to dining. For example, at La Samana, Thierry Alix is just one of a host of French chefs hired by the resort. Here is a mixed vegetable salad with scallops.
So the first step it's to clean the scallops, the fresh scallops with the coral, and we need to remove the nerve that we have here. So it's very easy to do it, like this. And we are using 3 pieces of the scallops. Up, like this. And one more.
The pieces of orange are the scallop roe.
Okay. So, to season the scallop, so we set 3 pieces. We keep the coral on it, like this. And I'm using the sea salt, a little bit ground pepper on the 2 sides. So during this time we have here some shiitake, some snow peas, some cauliflowers and broccoli, some baby vegetables like turnip, carrot, leek, some radish, some asparagus, a cherry tomato, the red one and the orange one, and some natural grain. All these vegetables are cooking in the boiling water with about 2 liters of water with 2 teaspoons of salt. A little bit olive oil on the frying pan.
When searing scallops, it's very important to have a hot pan. The high temperature retains the juices. Blanched cauliflower is prepped.
Of broccoli. Like this. One more. We put directly the scallops inside. Whoop. Okay. And we follow the step of the broccoli. Some radish. We are using 2 pieces of carrots, like this. 2 pieces of asparagus. Like this. The shiitake, cut on short piece. What we have the turnip, whole turnip, We can use one red cherry tomatoes and the orange one for the decoration.
The scallops are turned once.
Like this.
Snow peas are added.
1/2 of the leek. Like this. Some green beans. Put my scallops here and we keep it warm. We have some snow peas here around, and I forgot this one. The whole grain around. It's a dressing with ginger juice, with some soya sauce, with some grapeseed oil, and the nutmeg jelly. So all around like this, and put all around the plate like this.
Stefan Herze was born in Styria and began his cooking career as an apprentice at the Saka Hotel. He worked in Vienna for a decade, then in 1995 became head chef at the Hotel Imperial. He believes that good food combines tradition and inspiration, like venison, slip dumplings, and cabbage. Chef Herze begins with the cabbage.
Das Wasser soll gesalzen sein.
Chopped cabbage is blanched in boiling salt water. The sauce for the cabbage begins with sautéed onion and bacon in butter.
Dann den Speck dazu und den Zwiebelbeeren. Dann ganz leicht stauben.
Flour and a half cup each of milk and light cream are combined with the sautéed bacon and onion. This mixture should cook for 6 to 8 minutes.
Aufgießen. So. Wir schmecken nun ab. Ich mache es mit Muskat, Salz und Pfeffer. Sie können auch etwas Kümmel dazu verwenden. Das bleibt dem Geschmack dann überlassen. Den blanchierten Kohl gut ausdrücken.
The blanched cabbage is drained and then combined with the cream sauce.
Und in die Soße reingeben. Okay.
The dough for the slip dumplings begins by ricing about a pound of potatoes and butter together.
Nun nehmen wir etwas Butter und pressen die Kartoffel durch. Cheers.
One ounce of semolina, 4 ounces of flour, and an egg are added to the riced potatoes and butter.
Das Mehl. Wir lassen etwas vom Mehl zurück, dass wir dann die Nudeln formen können, und zum Stauben brauchen wir noch etwas Mehl. Ein Ei darunter.
Chef Herze seasons the dough with salt and fresh nutmeg.
Wie üblich den Muskat.
and then combines the ingredients into a smooth dough. The Austrian name for this dish is Schupfnudeln, which roughly translated means work noodle.
Auf die Hände etwas bemehlen und dann
They are formed by working the dough with the flat of the hand into large noodles. The noodles are placed in salt water heated to just below the boiling point. They are cooked for about 2 minutes or until they rise to the surface.
so. Muss man sie vorsichtig rausheben, damit sie nicht brechen. So. Schneiden hier am Rücken.
Chef Herzer begins trimming the venison with an incision down the back. The bones and scraps will be retained for a reduced stock, which is needed for the sauce.
So, hier haben wir an der Rückseite noch die Filets drinnen.
The fillets are trimmed out.
Das ist praktisch wie beim Rindsrücken der Lungenbraten. So ist das eben auch das weiche Fleisch, kann man dann mitbraten und als besonderes Schmankerl aufs Teller legen.
Fat and silver skin are trimmed from the tenderloins.
Das Filet zugeputzt ist, schneiden wir so circa 50 Gramm.
The cleaned venison is cut into medallions.
3 Medaillons für eine Portion.
The medallions are seasoned with salt and pepper and then browned in olive oil. Rosemary, thyme, and a stick of cinnamon is added. The venison is then placed in a 350-degree oven for 6 to 8 minutes.
Beigeben. Das Filet vielleicht als erstes herausnehmen, also den kleinen.
The venison is removed from the oven and sautéed briefly in butter. The medallions are removed from the pan, which is then deglazed with red wine. The wine is reduced.
Rotwein.
Cranberries and raspberries are added to the wine reduction.
Man kann auch Riebissel dazu verwenden oder ein paar Stückchen Himbeeren. Dann diese Garnitur raus. Dann kann man schon so dazwischen mal aufs Teller geben. Das noch mit dem Rehfond oder Rehschü oder Wildschü.
The sauce is completed by briefly reducing venison demi-glace, after which butter is blended into the sauce.
dann von der Flamme nehmen, damit sich die Butter nicht absetzt. Das so senapieren. Filet können wir dann noch oben als Garnitur drauflegen.
The desserts at Ikea Sta Coco restaurant in Santiago are Paula Hurtado's domain. She began as essentially a line cook and over 25 years ended up in pastry and desserts. For the most part, her dishes are rarely recondite and very home-cook friendly. Example, this fresh fruit tart.
I'm going to make a tart that has a crust made with cookie crumbs. The important thing about these crumbs is to crush them very finely, because if you have big lumps, then when you cut your tart, you're going to destroy it. It's going to be difficult to cut. I have 1.5 cups of crumbs. I have them already crushed. You can do it in the food processor, or if you put the cookies between 2 sheets of paper, you can crush them too. 1.5 cups, and the butter. It's 6 tablespoons of butter, already melted. You mix the crumbs with the butter.
The crumb mixture goes into a buttered tart pan.
I put all the crumbs here and I press them with a spatula or with your hand. Something very convenient to use too is the base of a measuring cup. You can press with that and makes it nice and even. You have to work your sides so you have a nice edge here. Almost ready. You make your base very even, so then everything is going to be even.
The crust is refrigerated while the filling is made.
So here, now I have here the filling for the tart. That's 225 grams of cream cheese. That is about 8 ounces. And it's softened, has been outside for a while, and I'll beat it till it's creamy. Now I'm going to add my cup and a half of sweetened condensed milk. And it's convenient when you are working alone to put something under your bowl so it doesn't run away from you.
A teaspoon of vanilla is added.
You add your lemon juice that I have already here. That's a third, 1/3 cup. A little at a time.
The filling goes into the chilled tart shell.
And with my angled spatula, I distribute the filling evenly so that afterwards my fruit are going to be nice and orderly.
The tart is chilled for at least 2 hours before fresh fruit is added. The fruit is comprised of concentric rings of sliced strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries.
This is going to be a berry tart, but you can use also any other fruit.